volcanic island off the west coast of Africa. Tenerife is best known for its black sand and rocky landscapes. But lurking in the shadow of the great Mount Teide lies a lush green paradise. A sanctuary for threatened species from around the world and the people that care for them.
Hola! I actually kind of love them.
Fuera, fuera!
Let's go! We are so proud.
Dedicated to the welfare.
It's a bit tense, things can go wrong.
And conservation.
With our knowledge, we can help save species.
Of all kinds of creatures. Everyone plays a precious part in life at the Animal Embassy.
It's never a boring day here, for sure.
This time on Animal Embassy, the endangered bird that started a fashion trend.
We save this species from extinction.
Santiago fights the anesthetic.
Espero que se está despertando.
And Posse needs emergency surgery.
If she continues with these teeth, she will eventually die.
With a commitment to protecting animals and conserving their environments the world over, in 1994, Loro Parque established a charitable foundation dedicated to the welfare of wildlife. Ever since, the foundation has helped fund the conservation of animal habitats, as well as aid in the recovery of threatened species across a wide range of partnerships.
Since 1994, Loro Parque Foundation invested $20 million for conservation in more than 30 countries.
As scientific director of the foundation, Rafa Zamora's passion focuses on the curbing of damage to parrots.
Parrots are one of the most important birds of the world because where they live, they can help a lot of other animals. All the biology is connected.
One such species under major threat has been the Bolivian native, the blue-throated macaw. Known as the Bluebeard of the parrot world, the foundation set about saving the bird by establishing its own breeding program, overseen by Marcia Weinzettel, the curator of birds.
You can see the baby inside. These need a few days more. In the wild, in Bolivia, we have around 400 blue-throated macaw. And here in Loro Parque Foundation, we have more than 400 babies born here.
The unofficial mother of birds at Loro Parque, Marcia looks forward to her morning incubation room visits, checking in on the newborns and the soon-to-be borns.
Here that we see what we have. Yes, we have one here, 2, 3.
Once the chicks are hatched, Marcia's work is done, so they're transferred to the baby station.
Success is usually around 80%. We average more than 20 per year.
Here, they'll be cared for and monitored until they're large enough to join the zoo's general population. Rafa is justifiably proud of the success they've had in bringing the blue-throated macaw back from the brink of extinction.
We have bred here more blue-throated macaws than exist in nature. And we produce more or less every year around 20 chicks. That is a big help, and we make a safe net for this species, and when something happens, we can help with our animals.
The Loro Parque hatchlings contribute significantly to the macaw population worldwide.
The conditions here are very good. They have no stress, they have no predators, they have always food, and this is a big difference between nature and here.
But it's in the blue-throated macaw's natural habitat of Bolivia where the biggest changes have been implemented to help save the species. One in a most unusual way. One of the most regular visitors to the vet clinic over the past few months has been a young female red panda after her keepers became concerned.
With Posse, we start to see that she started to eat less. We were guessing that she had some problems. So we put Posse in the clinic, and they found that she had a couple of teeth that could be painful for her when she tries to eat.
Se queres, trazemos o pulso oxímetro.
At the clinic, George's initial examination of Posse shows extreme gingivitis, which has irreparably damaged at least one molar. However, because she wasn't born in Loro Parque, George can't know exactly what's caused her deep-seated dental issues.
Se queres, com este isopo. She came with that condition and was just impossible to reverse the situation. It was slowly progressing to a point that I think it's jeopardizing her well-being.
In order to stay on top of the situation, she needs regular checkups. But having a red panda for a patient is no walk in the park.
They are pretty dangerous. They have very strong jaws, very strong teeth, and they have very strong claws. So it's like a big cat, actually. So it's a bit difficult to manipulate the animal.
The last thing George and Francesco want is for Posse to wake up while she's being examined.
I mean, if this grabs you, they will rip you.
The careful examination has confirmed George's worst fears.
The worry is the upper molars. These animals are really dependent on the bamboo, so they really need the molars to cut and to eat. And there is probably a very strong possibility that we have to take all of them. Se puedo trabajar con la lengua para abajo. That's not very good news for an animal that is so dependent on bamboo.
So, before taking such a drastic decision, George wants to consult an expert.
We need to bring a specialist dentist.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye then.
Coming up, it's Dentist D-Day for Posse and Santiago.
If you use too much force, the whole bone might fracture.
And the mission to save an iconic species.
They kill more than 14 or 15 macaws. It's a big impact.
Se quieres sentar aquí, Martin.
In the clinic, George has drafted maxillofacial specialist Dr. Martin to resolve some pressing dental issues.
¿Y este aquí, detrás?
Ahí detrás.
But before tackling Posse the red panda's problem molars, he needs Dr. Martin's help with another patient.
It's not easy to get a real dentist over here with the right equipment, so we don't want to lose this opportunity.
This is one teeth.
Yeah.
And this is the upper one.
Yeah.
And he's already fistulating.
Santiago, the white-faced Saki, has two sore canines. One has formed a fistula, which is a channel to drain an infection, and indicates that the tooth probably has an abscess.
Just going to intubate him to maintain anesthesia, and then we're going to do surgery.
Removing teeth is a very drastic measure, but they are not repairable, so we simply have to do it.
Sakis in the wild will eat just about anything, but at Loro Parque, their diet consists of fruit, seeds, nuts, and the occasional mealworm. Hopefully, the loss of 2 teeth won't interfere with Santiago's ability to eat. George has brought in Dr. Martin to perform the delicate task of removing the teeth.
Bien, está perfecto.
Normally, the tooth shouldn't take too long, but in case that it fractures, it might take longer.
Espero que se está despertando.
Unfortunately, Santiago is resisting the anesthetic, so George needs to administer more.
Every animal is different, and you have to adapt the narcotics at the weight, at everything.
He's not big, but he's feisty.
Despite his small stature, Santiago needs more than expected. For a dentist who has looked into the mouths of all walks of wildlife, today's patients are on the smaller end of the scale.
Last year we operated
A gorilla, yeah.
gorilla.
Yeah.
The gorilla in question was one of the park's western lowland males, 33-year-old Noel.
We had to remove an incisor and the canine that were broken, and the infection was already building up.
Gorillas have the same number of teeth as humans, and despite being vegetarians, have evolved huge canines, primarily for display.
They are big and strong, but the canines are not essential for eating of food every day.
Fortunately for Noel, Dr. Martin rose to the canine challenge. Finally, Santiago was properly sedated, and Dr. Martin is able to start the extraction.
Good stuff, huh?
It's really hard.
But it's not proving to be as straightforward as he'd hoped.
The bone in which the teeth are fixed is very thin, and if you use too much force, the whole bone might fracture.
Up next, the macaw that saved a species.
That is amazing. This is a special macaw.
In the clinic, dental specialist Dr. Martin is struggling to extract a canine from Santiago, the white-faced Saki.
Good stuff, huh?
It's really hard. The bone is very thin, and if you use too much force, the whole bone might fracture. I drilled the bone to avoid the risk that the tooth might break or that the bone might break.
With the lower canine out, Dr. Martin gently hammers on the upper tooth.
It was a little bit more easy because the upper jaw is smoother. The lower jaw is harder.
Dr. Martin's surgical skills will relieve Santiago of his pain, but his work isn't sewn up yet.
Everything is so small.
The blue-throated macaw is Loro Park's most iconic bird. But with fewer than 250 mature adults left in the wild, it was once on the verge of extinction. With Loro Parque Foundation's help, the population has been steadily rebuilt to around 350, thanks to some revolutionary thinking.
We have a project in Bolivia. It's one of our main projects. We save this species from extinction. That is amazing. This is a special macaw.
They established a reserve to provide a safe haven for the macaws.
We monitoring the species. We make census every year. to know exactly how many are on the field.
However, a bigger battle was a cultural one. For centuries, native tribes had worn elaborate headdresses made specifically from the blue-throated macaw's feathers, which meant one thing.
Each blue-throated macaw has only 2 long feathers in his tail. When you want to do one headdress like this, they must kill more than 14 or 15 macaws. This is a big impact.
So the foundation came up with an artificial alternative for the headdress.
We show the local people how to build his own headdresses with materials.
By engaging the local community, they saved the lives of one of its most precious inhabitants.
With one action, Loro Parque Foundation saved more than 9,000 macaws.
And the artificial feathers have become so popular, they've been adopted by a local designer.
It's good for the macaws and good for the community.
Coming up on Animal Embassy, it's crunch time for Posse.
If the infection enters between the 2 roots, there's no possibility to save the tooth.
Y eso es algo que me preocupa un poco.
Oh no, mira, aquí.
Over in the vet clinic, specialist dentist Dr. Martin is facing another delicate challenge.
Me dijiste que le sacaste muelas.
Sí. Sí.
George hopes he can prevent Posse the red panda from losing all of her molars due to severe gingivitis. But after examining Posse's teeth, Dr. Martin has bad news.
Te lo enseño. Mira, aquí está entrando. Aquí está entrando entre las 2 raíces. ¿Ves? Aquí. No hay manera de salvarlo. No. It's the same problem as in humans. If you have a molar with more roots and the infection enters between the 2 roots, there's no possibility to save the tooth.
However, if Posse loses all her molars, she'll be unable to eat her staple diet of bamboo.
Red pandas have 4 molars, and they are absolutely crucial for processing the tough bamboo leaves they are dependent on. If she continues with these bad teeth, she will continue losing weight and eventually die.
You see it here?
Yeah,
Here's the infection between the 2 roots. Yeah?
There's no doubt that it has to go. But it's not coming out without a fight. Dr. Martin will have to drill into Posse's jawbone to loosen the tooth.
These teeth are molars, and they have a very strong root. And to take them out is, even in humans, makes a lot of work.
Finally, it comes free, revealing the extent of the problem.
You can see it here. This is infection, yeah? And the infection entered between the 2 roots, yeah? And this is the death of a tooth, because there's no way to manage this type of infection.
Having managed to extract one, Dr. Martin turns his attention to the remaining 2 molars.
Aquí está bajando la infección a este lado.
Sí.
Saki enclosure, it's been 3 weeks since Santiago had 2 canine teeth extracted.
Santiago is now back to his old self. His teeth are working very well.
His 2 remaining canines are more than enough for the feisty Saki to deal with a walnut. Posse the red panda has also recovered from a major dental procedure. Posse is facing life without 2 of her upper molars, the most precious tools in a red panda's survival kit.
We were very concerned that an animal that only eats bamboo, that it really needs those molar teeth. So taking all those molars was obviously a huge concern for the well-being of this animal.
Thankfully, the team were able to save 2 through cleaning.
In the last few weeks, she's improved amazingly.
And Posse hasn't looked back.
She's eating normal food, behaving normally. She's much better in terms of body condition. Her weight today is a considerable increase, so fantastic, all good news.
Next time on Animal Embassy, the zoo holds its breath.
Sometimes if the bird starts to be long, it could be because the baby is dead.
Things can go wrong very quickly.
As a birth hangs in the balance.
It's going to happen any time now. Just can't wait to see it.